All right, ladies, another thing to look for with guys is how they handle it when you tell them no. This is super important. I have worked with men for 7 years. I invite them into my home. I've also been married, so I understand how to weed out these guys that are boundary violators or explosive. Okay, I'm very good at weeding them out. This is what they'll do. When you tell them no, they will they will turn around and blame you. They will either try to manipulate you into a yes, blame you for saying a no. They will argue with you about your no. Or they can be volatile. A healthy man wants to know your boundaries so he can honor them, just like your girlfriends would. If I tell one of my girlfriends no, she's like, oh, okay. And a man should do the same and more because he's supposed to protect me. Look, watch out for guys who can't handle a no. Related to that is you're afraid to tell him no because you know it's not going to go very well. Because you're afraid of him. You don't know what he's going to do. Or you have a history of not being able to express your feelings, so saying no to anyone is not something you're comfortable with. Before you start dating, ladies, you must be comfortable saying no to people and being comfortable with other people telling you no. It's called having boundaries, healthy attachment. So you may want to start practicing with your friends or your boss or people at the store. No, thank you. You don't have to explain yourself. And people who deserve to be in your life, they want to know what you're a no to because they care about you. If someone doesn't care about your no, run. If you're uncomfortable saying no, don't start dating. You have to be really firm with your boundaries, and it's a way of taking care of yourself. If you notice that you're afraid to tell your guy no because he may get mad, that's a red flag that he's explosive. Or because you know he's just going to put you down for having a boundary, that's a red flag on this that you would want to be with a guy that you're afraid to say no to. Very early on in dating, it's important for men and women to throw out a no and just see what the other person does. Are they happy to know where your boundary is because they're getting to know you? Are they upset that you even have a boundary because, hey, you're just supposed to be their plaything at their service? Are they going to blow up, beg you to turn a no into a yes? These are all huge red flags that will lead to a very unhappy situationship or relationship. And heaven forbid you have kids with a guy like that. Whew. I'm glad that my only problems were unavailable men, but even that was painful enough. Look for a guy who respects your no and respects your freedom and your privacy. Look for a guy that is, you shouldn't have to be checking each other's phones or whereabouts. You ought to be able to just say, hey, I'm going to take off for the day. That should be okay. A red flag is someone who always has to know where you are, always has to check in with you. For me, that it would be a red flag. I don't want to be like in a prison, you know. I want to have freedom to move around and not be accountable. Like right now, I'm single. I'm not accountable to anyone, but I'm not doing any bad stuff. I'm not running around with men. I'm not hooking up. I'm not drinking. Like, why would someone mistrust me? I'm not out spending money I don't have. I am a responsible person. And when I get into a relationship, I don't want to be with someone who needs to track my every move and take away the freedom that I already have. Like, what would be the benefit to me of being with someone like that? It's not love. It's not love when people need to own you. Yeah, that's all I want to say on this topic. So be comfortable telling people, you know, these are my boundaries. This is the space I need. I like to go out with my friends. I need time alone. And somebody who is emotionally healthy is going to give you your space, not going to constantly ask you where you're going. They're going to be comfortable with your no, and that's it.